Hello, welcome to DrinkOrder. I'm your host, Bob Peters, and today we are here at the Backstage Lounge with one of my favorite people in the entire world, one of my all-time oldest friends?
Sure, you can say oldest. Right?
Oldest?
Yeah.
Some people don't like that so
I'm
much.
okay with it.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Savvas Punsalan is running the program here at the Backstage Lounge, which is over on South Boulevard behind the taco joint Southbound here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for coming to visit.
Absolutely.
We always appreciate you.
This is great. Well, before we really get started, you know how we start things here on DrinkOrder. So let's start with a shot. What do we have here? What do we got?
So I know you like the tequila.
do.
We're gonna do a little mezcal.
Ooh, I'm okay with mezcal.
A little Casamigos mezcal.
Okay.
So
Okay.
It's absolutely delicious.
Cheers.
Because you deserve it.
Well, I love you. Around the head. Oh, wow. That's delicious.
That is smooth.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, boys. I thought I'd bring you guys a little snack.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Some caviar?
Oh, some caviar.
Perfect.
You guys got caviar in here?
We do. We like to do a lot of pairings here, and one of my pairings is a little hybrid beluga caviar. It's absolutely
serious?
delicious. I'm dead serious, and we like to pair it with one of my favorite things in the whole world, which is the Stolichnaya Elite or Stoli Elite. I heard they're dropping the Stolichnaya.
What are they just going to call it, Stoli?
I think they are because Mother Russia, I believe, has been trying to get their share of it.
Oh, really?
So they're shortening the name to Stoli.
That's crazy.
So yeah, but it's great. There's nothing like caviar and finishing the caviar with just a little sip of vodka.
Will you make me one?
Sure, I'd love to. So I mean, my favorite thing with the caviar, of course, is you have to use mother of pearl spoons.
Why?
It's totally a thing that started, I think, way back in Russia, where caviar was popular. It says basically the pearl doesn't take away from the true flavor of the actual caviar. I guess because it's from the sea.
So would like the metal interact with the caviar and make it taste differently or something?
I think it was proven wrong though later in Google world. So I don't know.
Google it.
But we just do it. We just like to keep it, yeah.
Hey, I like it.
So a little creme fraiche, a big old dollop of one of the best caviars in the world. And then it's up to you. I mean, a lot of people like a little either egg yolk or egg white.
Let me go in here. This is like a buffet, huh?
A little onion, yeah. So I just wanted to have you over here for an excuse to have a caviar breakfast because we deserve it.
How long do you think that we've known each other now? Because it's a long time.
Bob, we go back.
How long has it been? I'm going to eat.
Let's say the 90s, shall we? Shall we say 97? I met you at a lovely place here in Charlotte called Elizabeth Pub. Over
Back
there.
where it all started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And I remember watching you behind the bar, and it was always impressive just the way you could serve a simple beer and a shot.
You were like, that guy has no idea what he's doing.
No, that's not true. That's not true. But I think we really got to know each other at the legendary Fat City.
Yep. That's
over there in Noda.
That's where I remember officially meeting you for the first time and recognizing. I was like, I think I'm gonna love this guy for the rest of my life.
And it's true. It happened. And we do. But that was sometimes, and that's way back there in a different era of North Davidson, right?
That was fantastic.
Isn't that great? Just the creaminess of that natural caviar with the creme fraiche. It's just delicious.
I could get used to that.
You should get used to it.
Okay, so this is great, and we'll work on this, but
we're here to drink.
Can you make some drinks for me?
I'd love to.
I want 3 drinks.
Okay, I'm gonna go get some.
Okay.
Okay, Bobby,
What do we got?
we've got some stuff here to try. I hope you like it.
Yes. You know I will.
I know you will.
I love your drinks.
Good.
Okay, so let's talk about these real quick. Where are we going to start?
So the drink that got me into drinking classics and into the craft cocktail world would have to be the Corpse Reviver #2, which I like to do in a local way with using the Cardinal Brothers, which I think you're familiar with. Their barrel rested gin. So this is the Corpse Reviver #2.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Little barrel rested gin in there. Of course, some Lillet Blanc, some fresh squeezed lemon juice, and you've got that absinthe rinse in the glass. So I love it.
Ah, so good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's delicious.
Right?
I love that.
The burnt orange, that we spray in there just kind of brings out that burnt orange that's already in that gin.
Yeah.
And of course, they've rested it in those barrels, so it's just delicious.
So fantastic. Okay, tell me where you started bartending and how you got into your first gig and where that was.
Sure. We're going to have to go way back, Bob. We're going to go back 90-ish, early
90-ish?
90s. I believe it was my 21st birthday. I started bartending at a really before its time. I'm from Virginia, so Norfolk, Virginia. A really before its time boutique-y sort of restaurant that this lovely man owned, an artist. It was called the Dumbwaiter. And at the
I love that.
It's great. At the Dumbwaiter, we in Virginia have this thing called happy hour. Of course, here in
I've heard of it,
Yes,
but I've never
yes.
actually
Here-
seen it in captivity.
Here in the Carolina, it is illegal
Right.
to encourage that drinking from 5 to 8. So anyway, in Virginia, we would have a happy hour, and we featured the $1 martini. So again, picture this is early 90s, so you could afford the pour cost of doing something like that.
Right.
But we did $1 martini, and this of course is in that late 80s, early 90s era where the martini wasn't as crafty as it is now, or shooter-esque as it was in the late 90s.
Right.
It was a true martini.
Right.
You either had a vodka martini or you had a gin martini. So I was thinking in my first bartending gig, this isn't too hard. Like all I'm doing here is doing a little rinse of some
vodka,
vermouth,
right.
Chilling and shaking some vodka or gin and pouring it in a big old martini glass. But yeah, that's what got me in. And then I moved to Charlotte a few years later and really got into the bar and club scene here.
And that's where we met when you were working at Cosmos Cafe downtown, right?
Sure. I actually, even before that, I was actually bartending at 300 East before I went to Cosmos Cafe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I made a lot of wongs. 2 wongs don't make a right. And I don't know if you recall, the wong was that super drink, or one of the
big
first
fishbowl.
It
right?
it kind of reminded me of a punch, sort of. It was like, almost before its time.
Right.
Where it was that drink that had so many shots in it that you could only limit your guests to.
Was it 2?
You can only have 2 because there's
2 wongs in a day.
3 full shots. 2
The
2 wongs in a day.
Matilda Wong, is that what it was called?
Matilda Wong, yep.
That's great.
That was a good one.
And they still serve that.
They do. It is a staple, and it tastes like baby aspirin, which I like. And after you've juiced the grapefruit, just half a grapefruit, because this is a punch that we give out to our patrons in the beginning, add a little bit of cinnamon syrup there. So next, this is definitely an homage to you and the things that you have done. This is my punch, or one of my favorite punches, and just a little bit of a different play on this is called the Donga punch.
Donga punch.
And this is this comes back from the time of I believe it was Don the Beachcomber, who was kind of a popular drink maker back in the 50s and the 60s, and he was really cool at making really nice punches. And this punch has basically the Don's mix, which is fresh grapefruit, a homemade cinnamon syrup. And what I've done here is I've used Queen's Charlotte rum, which I love so much. And
Muddy Rivers.
Muddy
Love
Rivers,
those guys.
winning awards left and right.
Yep.
So again, loving North Carolina, what they're doing with the spirits, especially with what they have to deal with to get that product out.
It's difficult. Okay.
So, and then what I've done here is I've topped this with just a little bit of a light coating of a lemon foam.
Oh, good.
So it gives it a nice little start to finish, I think. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have some punch.
Thank you.
And this is something.
Ah,
Welcome to my sugar factory.
Wow,
Isn't
that's
that
delicious.
That's great.
I love it. No, that's really, really good.
Yeah, this is
You can
something
taste
we
the
do.
rum in there. That the molasses from the rum really comes through in there, and the grapefruit and the cinnamon that all plays really well together.
It's great, and it's something we do at Backstage Lounge where, I learned this from you, which is, the best way to bring a guest into your home is to first offer them something
Right.
to wet their whistle with, to,
Right.
A palate pleaser, not really a cleanser, but
Right.
just something that's going to please them, make them happy.
Immediately.
Right. And it buys us some time too, because
Sure.
these craft cocktails take a hot minute to
They
make.
take a minute. They
It
take a
buys
minute.
us some time.
You gotta
Have some punch.
You gotta be patient.
You have
Sometimes.
to.
Okay, so how do you get into the speakeasy?
Well, we've seen a lot of places in Charlotte and around the world, around America really, where we're trying to stay true to the speakeasy. So what we're doing here is we have no signage.
Okay.
We try to keep it as cryptic as we can.
Okay.
Because we're not in this to advertise it or I don't know. I don't want to give away the fun secrets or the
Sure.
fun that is finding a place like this.
The journey is a part of
right,
the fun, right?
exactly.
Part of the experience.
Exactly. So here we are hidden behind this taco joint, this Southern California cuisine joint.
Southbound, right?
Southbound.
Okay.
And then of course too, you've got to just kind of look around the property. There's a barber shop here.
Right.
But once you find where you are, there's a phone, and
Okay.
you just got to pick that phone up.
And what do you say?
It depends. It depends on what I say or what my bartenders are going to say on the other end. We have lots of fun with it. So
Okay.
I mean, a lot of guests are very confused when we answer Domino's.
Right. Oh, and they're like, what did I just call? Did I call the wrong place? That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, and then we can buzz them in. It's pretty neat.
That is great. So you guys are a private club, right?
For sure.
Right.
For sure. Following that law in North Carolina, where your food sales aren't a certain amount, but we embrace that.
But you guys do serve food.
We do. We have
Absolutely.
some small plates, not just caviar and vodka. We have some lovely small bites and curated bites that are just
Cool.
just complement the cocktails. Okay, we're gonna make one of my favorites. Good end of the summer and summertime drink called the Red's Dragon.
So pretty. I love it.
So this is summertime. So of course, or the end of summer, we have strawberries from North Carolina, which
Right.
are amazing, and that's a deep red one.
What's up? Beautiful.
And I've discovered something one time with a friend, and we have had a few too many cocktails, and we were coming up with ideas, and I think that's the best way, really, to make or create cocktails.
Sure.
Is to kind of embrace, the spirits while you're doing the recipes.
Right.
Sure.
Sure.
So this lovely woman named Red and I were playing around with Anaheim peppers.
Her name wasn't Red.
I only know her from Red.
That was just everybody called her Red.
Right.
She
Red.
had blonde hair.
She had red hair. Bob, it's true. So we created this drink together. So I thought.
Yes.
And it's an Anaheim pepper syrup that I created. So we boiled down some really good Anaheim peppers. We leave about 20% of the seeds still in it, so you get a little bit of that heat, a little of that pepper.
Right. Just a touch.
Yeah, just a touch, and it's just, we were like, wow, this goes great with muddled basil.
Right.
So we have some fresh Thai basil that we've muddled with the Anaheim pepper, some fresh lemon juice, and some crazy fresh strawberries. And we just double strain that in and then to give it a nice little soda press to kind of lighten it up a little bit. But it's one of my favorite summertime drinks for sure.
That's delicious. I mean, really, really, really good.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
I'm gonna have another one.
Go ahead, don't be scared.
I mean, scarred. So I think we've covered everything. Thank you so much. I love you, and I love being around you.
I love you. I love your
and
face.
This place is beautiful. I'm so happy for all
Thank
the
you.
success you guys have had here and will have. This place is amazing and a gift to Charlotte. So thank you so much.
I can't wait till the next time you're behind the stick right here.
We'll see.
Okay.
I love you.
Love
Thank
you too, man.
Cheers. We should have told some stories about Golden Tea.
We should have really talked about what we really wanted to talk about, which was playing Golden Tea.
Golden Tea.
Till the sun comes up.
Golden Tea at the steeple was, I could have just,
We were good golfers.
We was one
should've-
of the best video golfers that I've ever met.
We should have worn proper golf gear. First of all, we never did that. We would, I think we should have really lived it more than we did.